Welcome to Weber State Sports Quickcast. I'm your host, John Caple. The football team's playoffs hope to come to an end on Saturday against Montana State and Bozeman. The Wildcats lead 10-7 going into the fourth quarter, but it came all unraveled from there as the Bobcats scored 21 points to put it away. To add to the disappointing loss, quarterback Cameron Higgins left the game in the fourth quarter with a knee injury. His status for next week's game is still uncertain. The Wildcats have 2 remaining games left. This week they travel to northern Arizona to take on the Lumberjacks. For 3 weeks now, Weber State's running backs have made sensational plays. This week's Player of the Week goes to Vi Tafuna.
Vi Namalia Tafuna feels fortunate to have had 2 great games. Last week, he scored 4 touchdowns and rushed 29 times for 124 yards. When asked why he had a great game, Tafuna said going to the LDS Temple gave him strength.
I really felt that I had a special power that game because of the Temple.
He also attributes some of his success to his name.
My actual name, Vaingamalia, it actually, in Tongan, it actually means, literally it means great athlete or great football player.
Vi says it also takes a lot of physical strength.
I trained enough so that my legs especially could be strong enough to withstand the blows of, contenders.
Although he's quite busy with football, he still makes time for family and other interests.
Ward choir here, and I've sung at a few devotionals at the Adios Institute.
That's all for our Player of the Week. From Weber State Sports, I'm Cammie Barnes.
He sure sounds like a nice young man, Cammie. For more highlights of Vi, be sure to check out WeberStateSports.com. The men and women's basketball team played their final exhibition games on Saturday. The men came up with a win, and the women, well, we'll get to them after we have a look at the men's highlights. Damian Lillard led all scorers with 27 points as the Wildcats defeated the Mustangs of western New Mexico. The Wildcats started out hot from downtown, draining threes left and right, building a 22-point lead. In the second half, it was the Mustangs' turn to heat up from a 3-point land as they cut the lead to 6 midway through the half. But that's as close as the Mustangs would get. The Wildcats went on another run to seal the victory. Final score, Weber State 94, Western New Mexico 78. For more highlights of the game, visit our YouTube page. The men's will open the regular season this Saturday against the pesky Aggies in Logan. Now, the women's team didn't fare as well as the men's team, but they had a much tougher opponent at hand. The Wildcat women's basketball team hosted the University of Mary in an exhibition game last Saturday. The Wildcats had some great plays in the first half and some solid defense, like this rebound by Caitlin Anderson. The score was all tied up at 37-37 at the half. The Marauders took over in the second half with a 12-0 run that turned into a 20-point lead over the Wildcats. The Wildcats couldn't even come close. Carly Waite had this stop, but overall the defense just wasn't there for the Cats. There were a couple of threes in the last few minutes of the game, but it wasn't enough. The Wildcats lost the game 83-68. The women's basketball team have a chance to redeem themselves when they play Adams State tonight at 7 o'clock. Weber State's Wildcat Club sponsored its annual Cat Bash dinner and auction last Friday night in support of Weber State's athletic scholarships. Cat Bash was complete with a silent auction, a live auction, and a dinner for all the members of the Wildcat Club. In the silent auction, attendees bid on items such as professional sports memorabilia, Weber State apparel, gift baskets filled with anything from home decor, and holiday items to party supplies. Even a round of golf with men's basketball coach Randy Rowie was up for bid. During the live auction, members purchased bricks with their names on them, which will be placed in the new addition of the football stadium. All proceeds from this event support the Weber State University Athletic Scholarship Fund. This Cat Bash was a big success, with the earnings being close to $75,000. With the recent news of the Big Sky adding Southern Utah University and the University of Northern Dakota, it seems like the Big Sky is getting to be a pretty big conference. Alyssa Toomey is in studio and has the latest on the expansion. Alyssa?
Thanks, John, and yes, the Big Sky is definitely growing as a conference, trying to add more teams and cement their place as the top FCS conference in the Western United States. Big Sky Commissioner Dave Fullerton was in studio last Monday announcing just what the conference has been up to.
We're very excited today to announce that the University of North Dakota and Southern Utah University will be joining us, followed shortly, hopefully, by an agreement with the University of South Dakota. West of Minneapolis, west of St. Louis, we will become one of the real important leagues within football.
With at least 13 teams in the conference, one of the biggest questions being asked is how to schedule all of these teams.
I see being split into divisions for football because there's no way you can create a schedule that's that big. You only have 11 games to work with. And quite frankly, you really only want to have about 8 in your conference schedule. You want to leave some room for institutions to play up and play FBS games if they want, or to bring people on campus if they'd like a bigger home schedule.
After the recent announcement that South Dakota wouldn't be joining the Big Sky Conference, Commissioner Fullerton issued a statement. Obviously, we are disappointed that the University of South Dakota is not joining us, but we understand the decision and we wish them the best of luck. The last 2 months have been an exciting time for the Big Sky Conference. We've added Cal Poly and UC Davis to our football fold, and the University of North Dakota and Southern Utah as full members. Obviously, as a conference, we would have really enjoyed adding the University of South Dakota, but I think it was a great move to add the 4 new institutions. These additions will add even more excitement to an already successful conference. Back to you, John.
Thanks, Alyssa. I'll be looking forward to watching Weber State compete against these new teams starting in 2012. The Lady Wildcats needed a victory in Friday's volleyball action against Sacramento State. I was in attendance there to cheer them on. Senior setter Kim Lacina, who has been injured for part of the season, came out solid against the Hornets. Beth Ray showed tremendous ability at the net as she scored 18 kills. Here's a perfect cross-court set by Lacina, and just another example of Ray's finesse. Number 6, Michelle Aravi, pulls a double dig. Contender Nina Blake hits the floor again. Piper Whalen, a 5'9" freshman from Idaho, showed her stuff as she slammed the Sacramento defense 16 times. Penrod and Graff stop them cold. Emily Jones drives hard at the Hornets. In spite of the excellent efforts of the Lady Cats, they just couldn't make it happen.
We should have had it in the 4th set. I mean, there's no excuse. And we just didn't put it together at the crucial times. We just didn't make pressure plays.
We were, up 2-1 in the set. We were up 23-20, and, we've had a problem with closing all season long. Part of it is pressure, part of it is inexperience.
The Lady Wildcats hosted the University of Utah Utes Saturday night. They worked hard, but lost in 3 straight sets. The final home game of the season will be this Friday, senior night, against arch-rival Idaho State. It's Monday, and it's time for our Monday night picks. The Steelers are at the Bengals. Who do you have winning? Let's see who our staff is picking. Well, let's see. Marvin's going for the Steelers. And Dan's got... Shay's going for the Steelers too. And Mark, Justin, and Blake are all Steelers fans. Let's check out who Weber State students are picking.
My pick for Monday night is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
My name is Jameson Brown. I'm a freshman, and I got the Steelers winning all the way.
And I'm going with the Steelers. Goodbye. Thanks for joining us. Tune in every Monday on our YouTube channel, and please become a fan on our Facebook page by searching for Weber State News and Studio 76. Good luck to all the teams this week. Good night, and go Wildcats.